suburban metropolis have Australian football champions, led by the likes of Bobby Rose, Dick Reynolds, Teddy Whitten and Bobby Skilton. The Victorian machine has built a reputation almost unequalled in the modern sporting era. Today, they face a new challenge, a challenge that must be met far away from the protected playing fields of home. It will take them past the city of churches, where on October the 26th, the quiet of a spring day will once again be shattered when 30 of the fastest men on wheels greet the starters flag for the second Australian Grand Prix.
6 cars on the first lap. Race leader, Nicky Lauder, and off.
Fighting town of Kalgoorlie, until finally one reaches the Darling Ranges, gateway to the match of the 1986 Australian Football Championships. Welcome to Channel 7's coverage of the 12th State of Origin match between Western Australia commentary team for today's Australia is a Victorian domination. The NFL saw fit to change the rules governing state games. And finally, after 73 years, champion players from every state returned home to compete for their state of origin. Year 1 of the new format saw the Sandgropers crush the Vics by 94 points. Year 2, and with that inaugural loss still burning within and a home crowd screaming for revenge, the Victorians greeted the final siren 106 points ahead. The following year saw victory going to the Big V by 14 and WA by 15. 1980 and the Vics pulled off the double, winning by 35 and 24 points. 81 saw WA turning the tables, handing out the Southerners an 87-point thrashing. The Vics bounced back in 82 to win by 23. The following year, in a game to remember, the local heroes snuck home by 3 points. 84 and WA completed the double, snatching a 4-point victory. Last year, in front of a capacity crowd, it was the Big V by a crushing 75 points. So after 9 years and 11 games, the WA Victoria State of Origin scoreline records Victoria 6.
17 degrees, the current temperature 16 degrees. Gentle breeze despite the absence of the sunshine at the moment.
Well, I think you provided typical Victorian weather for us, Dennis, and it's great to be sitting here with it.
To that as the Victorian Lomo comes up.
Well, Victorian up there looks a pretty formidable side. And the
catches, in fact, there's Laurie Keane. Let's take a look at the likely.
Must admit to some little apprehension, Dennis. I don't feel that this side is even.
Of the players. What about a little bit out of form? Let's say out of form.
It'll be Keane opposed to Madden at the first centre bounce down. There's the bounce. Keane and Madden go to it. It's one out by Keane, wide of the pack. It's taken by Mullane. High kick towards half forward. In front is Danaher. Over the top comes Lester Smith fisting away. Gathered by Dwayne Lamb. A high kick towards half forward. Satori going to the ball. It pitches in front of him. He's being pursued by a ruse. Coming down the ground is Wilson. Close to the boundary line. Paddles it back. It's taken by McNish. He's claimed by Alvin. Holding the man. Free kick McNish on the outer side. Andrew McNish, only 20 years of age, a youngster from Subiaco, looks central. There goes the kick in the direction of a teammate, Laurie Keane. Keane on the line of the square, the attacking side of centre with the ball for Western Australia. A couple of players free. Mitchell waiting behind, knocked away well by the Victorian defence. Royal was the man that got the fist in, and breaking away it's Carroll. Carroll kicks towards left half forward. Hardy leads in the race. Good shepherding by Glendinning. Waitman hot on the hammer of Hardy, got into his back. Free kick Western Australia.
A little bit short across the half-forward line there, Dennis. I thought WA could have done a little bit more of it from centre half-forward.
Brad Hardy midway between the lines, kicking towards half-forward. With the run is Madden. Over the top he comes and takes the strong mark.
It's a great mark too. Madden goes for hand pass. Back it comes to Roos there at half-back. Victoria centre. There'll be a free kick to Victoria. Push at the back that time to their skipper Danaher. So Danaher driving it long, looking for Taylor. Ball punched away by Ellis. Taylor goes after again. He goes down there, going in hard. Picked up by Williams. A long shot. Brereton's got the mark. Well within the 50-metre mark. He'd be about 40 metres out, if that. I don't think he'd be 40 metres. Yes, about. Oh, that's the 25-metre mark. Because we've only got one circle in Victoria. Of course, it's rather a bit confusing, and that'll be a chance here for Victoria to put the first score on the board. We've only been playing about 2.5 minutes. Brereton comes in from about 25 metres. And He's only kicked a point. That was a bad miss. And the crowd giving him a big raspberry there too.
Well, we don't expect a lot of applause when you kick goals, but when you miss like that, I think there's going to be a few cheers, and there certainly was on that occasion.
Points are very popular, aren't they?
Oh, they'll up over here as long as the blue and white jumper doing it.
It'll be Miles to bring the ball back. Madden got his hands to it, picked up by Lamb. It comes out now, and the ball drip over to Nark on a long kick over the half-forward line, and there's nearly a free kick. It'll go there to Roos, doing pretty well at centre-half back at this early stage. A short pass. DP Domenico. Out it goes now. There's a chance now for Healy. He'll go for a run around that wing position in front of the member stand. Picked up by Waitman. Hardy's got the job of finding him. Over it goes now to Royal. Back to Waitman. About 40 metres out from goal. A running shot, but he's off target. Once through, it's through for a point. So Victoria have got 2 behinds on the board. They've been to attack for this last 3 minutes. And we see Victoria 2 behinds to West Australia yet to score.
Glendinning kicks to himself, comes grandstand side with a high kick at the fall of the ball. Madden opposed to Keane, who knocks it on intelligently, taken by Buckenara, shovels it out to Lamb. Lamb met solidly by DP Domenico. He was battling initially with Healy, and the free kick will be taken by Lamb just backward at centre wing.
Just about took his head off that time, DP Domenico. Dennis?
With intent, I think, Lou. There goes the kick towards half-forward. Shocking effort, marked by Royal, and the Footscray Rovers away, back towards half-forward. In front, a chance for Victoria, and the strong mark is taken there. Hand pass comes out. That was Poole who took the mark. Still it's Poole battling across the centre now for Victoria. Scrambles a kick towards half-forward. In front, Danaher. It's fisted away by Lester Smith. It's all Victoria forward. Mullane gets a hand pass to support. Chance now for Buse, who goes down towards full forward, but dropping back, the mark is taken by Glendinning. He wastes no time. By hand to Lester Smith. Runners to the grandstand side. Not a particularly good kick. Diving attempt at the mark fails from Davidson. And Victoria battling in there through Buse, and the umpire decides he'll ball it up.
Plenty of pressure midfield, Dennis, from the Victorians. They're certainly getting the run out of the centre of the square or that area.
Bounce down midway between centre half forward and left half forward, grandstand side. Madden opposed to Keane. Keane does well. Ellis over the ball, pushed in the back, and he'll take the free kick. Shane Ellis rushed onto the ground before the centre bounce through the interchange gates. That's unusual. Kicks high, grandstand side. 1-out contest. Buckenara and Carroll. Almost the mark to Buckenara. Carroll a better recovery. Confronted by Rioli. Ball spills free. DP Domenico over it now. Crashing through the pack. A chance for Baker. Back into it comes Thompson. And the umpire calls for the bounce. Kept his footing well there, did Carroll, after the contest with Buckenara. Umpire Johnson, the West Australian umpire, to bounce it down. Just forward of right centre wing for the West. One again by Keane, who's doing well on the ball. Thompson paddles it out to Carroll. His kick is blanketed. Davidson held without it. He'll take the free kick inside the centre square. Peter Davidson sees Hardy. Not a particularly good kick, but Waitman fell over. Hardy takes the mark out towards left half forward.
Well, he'd be about 60 metres out. Got away that time from Waitman. There's a long kick. It's a magnificent kick by Hardy. Up the top of the pack, and that's West Australia's first score for the game. So just over the, just on the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. It was a great kick, Eric. 60
metres at least, Lou, from the time he booted it well outside that 50-metre circle. And West Australia's first genuine forward sortie.
Well, there's no doubt about him. He's a roving defender. The ball punched out. It comes down now to Rioli, a fumble. There's a go for Baker. He's well tackled by Thompson. Back it comes down again. Umpire's calling play as Lester Smith has grabbed over to Thompson again. Down he goes. A chance for Big Matt. No, he had a fresh air shot. Rioli with a chance. Socks it over to Mitchell. Back to Rioli. This could be a goal coming up with Rioli running at the goal. And it'll go through for 1 point. So neither side scoring a goal as yet. 7 minutes gone of this first quarter. And scores are dead level. 2 points each. Well, it's pretty strong football as the ball goes out there towards the 50-metre defence line. Picked up by Buckenara. Back towards the full forward position. The pack guy has a go. Mitchell went without the ball. Cleared away by Roos. Doing well there. Mullane comes in. He's grabbed by Davidson. A fumble by Thompson. He's grabbed by Davidson. A great tackle by Davidson. And the umpire's going to ball it up around about 30 metres out from the West Australian goal.
Pretty fierce, Lou.
Well, they're both going in hard, and of course a lot at stake if the West Australians win today. They're equal with Victoria in the last 12 State of Origin matches. Danaher fumble that. There's a hand pass coming out that time from Morwood. Over it goes towards the wing position. Plenty of fumbling by Mullane. The ball driven up there by Lamb. Punched away again. Good play by Thompson, and Thompson goes for the long kick towards Brereton. punched on by Brereton, goes after it again, shows a bit of strength, thrust his opponents off beautifully. It drops short, Narkle goes, but couldn't hold the mark. But the little fella butters up well, gets it out wide to Glendinning. Glendinning's on the centre wing position, but he can't pick it up. He gets a hand pass back, but the umpire said he threw it, and he threw it all the way that time. And Victoria ready to go into attack as we see the free kick going now to Williams.
Williams quickly by hand gets it across to Carroll. Carroll running down towards left half forward, goes towards full forward. Hardy dropping back, takes the mark despite some attention there from Taylor. Brad Hardy gets 15 metres now.
There's nothing about this fellow. He seems to excel it. Well, he plays well in every match, but he excels in these state games, doesn't he?
He loves them, doesn't he? So does Gary Buckenara. There goes the long kick through centre. Pack into the air. No mark taken. Waiting behind a chance for Roos for Victoria. Over the ball. Can't do much with it. Albin goes into lend assistance. Paddles it out. Taken by Waitman. He's dragged off it in turn. Over the ball is Baker. Baker breaks away for Western Australia. Kicks towards half forward. Buckenara hand. That was deft enough as the ball came to Rioli. Rioli too far out to score. Long kick towards the square. Peake.
Oh, yes. And that's the sort of marks that Brian Peake's been taking this year, Lou. Not noted really for his overhead work, but here's the high kick coming in. And just uses his body enough to keep his opponent away. He's not a tall player, but that was a very, very fine, strong mark.
Brian Peake only 2 metres out. A deft touch from Buckenara. And the ball found this man who finds the goal. So West